Good morning, everyone. It is September the 14th, 2025. And before I put up the next video again, I want to brief people in that I've talked in other videos about the homeless, particularly the seniors that were now becoming more and more frequent. And they're being left homeless as well due to the rent increases, the rent evictions, losing a spouse, and they're down to one income, and the list goes on with the seniors, and they need special requirements and special needs as well. So there's not enough places for, again, affordable housing for these particular seniors. And I know myself, like I said, I'm fortunate right now. I'm okay. Scraping by, but at least I'm stable at the moment, thankfully, as a senior. But I know even becoming a senior was an interesting route, because, as I was saying, I was put in the shelter, and I was just going on, I was just a few days when I was put in the shelter from turning 57. So, and I've always been alarmed because this was 2010 again, and I was starting to see a slow increase of more and more seniors, and it's definitely escalated since the pandemic has hit. So, and we always consider seniors as 55 and up, but we are not always considered real seniors until we hit 65 and we can actually collect our pensions at that point in time. So I've always looked at the experiences between 55 and 65 as being a senior in training, because there's a lot of things that we go through between 55 and 65. But now even this trend is showing that it's from 50 and up. So this is why we've got a huge wave of our population is starting to be very vulnerable, and the shelters are starting to see the increase. And this is what this video is on. Its shows that I think it was 27%, or up to about what was it, from 55 and up to 65, and over 65 is something like 44%. But it's up, what was it, 50% or something? I know on the video it gives these exact statistics of what's happening that they're seeing now. And we're just now starting to get numbers coming in. And this is good. Sometimes statistics don't show everything that's happening. But the good thing that I like about statistics, it gives us an idea, at least where we're going. Is it getting worse? Is it getting better? We've got an idea of which way this balance is going. And so, but it's definitely showing an upward trend for more and more seniors who are being forced to live on the streets or into shelters, which are already overcrowded for all different reasons, as we all know, that I've been going through for months now as well. So it's a very, very serious problem. And how do we look after these seniors? And how do we meet their needs? Because they have unique needs too. So they literally need more buildings built for them for affordable housing, for senior housing. That's another thing that we do need, is we're short on senior housing, something we don't always talk about. We talk about, well, I've been in the aging in place buildings here, which is for seniors, but we don't have enough of those here as well in the city. So it's like everybody's scrambling, like, where do we put everybody? And then you have an older person who's been married, and you have two incomes coming in, and then all of a sudden you're down to one, as they explained. This is a really big problem. And of course, myself being married, and then just my marriage breaking up, that's another one. When seniors' marriages start breaking up in between like 50 and 65 before we even get our pensions, that's another one I'm seeing a lot of, is the divorce rate. And of course, I ended up having to get divorced too in the end. But I was just in a better position that I was able to get a little bit from the marriage. So that helped out. And it was just a step by step until I'm at least got my own pension and everything coming in. So I'm at least balanced. I've got money coming in, not enough, and I don't think it'll ever be enough. And people are making way more than I am, or even having trouble making ends meet. So I think it's something that we need to think about. Especially seniors, and I know there's a lot of seniors who are watching my channel as well, which I like to talk directly with them as well. is what can we do? Is there some way we can band together? And one of the things I know I put up a long time ago was that some seniors now, they haven't really they want to live independently, but I've seen where seniors are starting to come together and actually renting a house, and you'll have several seniors living in a house, and they're sharing the expenses that way. So that might be one way they might look at it. It's just a suggestion, or a 2-bedroom apartment, and again, splitting the rent in half and the utilities and everything in half. That might be another way that we're going to have to look at it. And the other thing that people are talking about again is the granny suites. On if you're a grandmother or grandfather, if you've got a property, putting up a little granny suite or a little separate building apartment in the back for you as well. So this is another way of looking at it. But it's something I think the seniors need to talk about amongst themselves as well. And if they have a good friend and they're able to share something together, and they're both, say, widows, then they can get together and maybe rent a place together for the time being. So it's just some suggestions that I'm putting out on the circumstances. And I really want seniors to start thinking what they're going to do. I know I have family that would be willing to help, but there's other seniors that don't have family. But if they've got a good friend who's a senior and they're both in the same boat, maybe that's a solution to their problem. So I'm going to leave it there, everyone. I'm going to put on the the video on the homeless seniors. So I hope everyone takes a good look at it, including the young people, because you're going to get old one day too. It's bound to happen. It doesn't happen any other way. So it's a good idea to see what might be ahead for you and how you're going to make your plans for the future as well. So everybody needs to look at this from different angles of how they're going to look after themselves, even as they get older too. So little warning in there for the young people. Don't dismiss it. They need to take a look at it as well. So everyone, take care. Have a great day, and be safe, and we'll talk again soon. And bye-bye.